Dmitri.
Hey. Sit down.
What's the problem?
What do you think?
Mikhail, Mr. Faustin.
Uh-huh. You're given a choice. Kill your best friend or die. What do you do?
And there is no way out?
Not now. Not after you killed Petrovic's son.
You don't have any family. You could run.
Wherever you go, people will find you if they want to badly enough. And for this they want blood.
But you and Mikhail, you have so much history.
Sure.
Well, I killed the boy, so they want me too.
No. I told them you were a hired gun. And they said as long as you were the one to kill him, you'd be spared.
So that's the way it is.
Yes, that's the way it is. He'll be leaving his house in a little while and heading for the club. Do what you have to do. You know, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that we must obey the rules of the game. We can pick the game, Niko, but we cannot change the rules. See you later.
Hello, welcome back to Grand Theft Auto. And, yep, it's time for another round of Kill Your Boss in the game. And, yeah, this is me trying to punch these trash cans, but it's not quite as satisfying as in 5. Another point to 5. Just kidding, it's not a big enough thing to give a point to 5. But you can kick the trash cans in 5 and they fucking explode. It's very funny. In this one, Niko can't imagine doing anything except pushing and punching, so. Anyway, Faustin has angered too many men, and so now we need to murder him. And, this is in post-commentary because there are a lot of cutscenes in this part, and I didn't want to try to come up with things off the dome while playing the game and also trying to give space for all of the cutscenes because I knew that I would just fucking flop around and be like, yeah, what, that. So, here I am. This video's a day late because, I was out most of yesterday, and then I was fucking tired, and just sometimes, I don't know, I don't really have an excuse, just, you know, stuck in the house. Sometimes I feel like shit, and I don't want to make videos. Yeah, there's a very awkward cutscene that isn't an actual cutscene. It's one of those things that's, like, in the actual game, and not, like, a pre-rendered thing, and so their mouths don't move right, because they're not mocapped, and so they just kind of awkwardly sit and yell at each other.
You push things too far! You would be dead if it wasn't for me. That is what Dmitri wanted when you killed Vlad. Dmitri, my brother. You see this? This statue says we are brothers for life. And now he betrays me. You didn't give him a choice. You should have been calm. No one, not Dmitri, not anyone tells me to calm. You think Dmitri would have survived prison without me? He'd just be some prison queen had I not been there. Meat for some chin monkey! I am not dead yet. Some are still loyal to me. Guards! I'll rip your head off!
I don't know why they didn't go for their guns first. Like, they know that he wants them to kill me. Anyway, yeah, this is the end of Faustin. He's, you know, it's Russian butthole, and you gotta shoot him. You gotta shoot all his boys. Sick dive, bro. Really helped. It really made a difference. Excuse me. Anyway, but yeah, I hope all of you are doing alright, being stuck in the house. Assuming you are stuck in the house, you should be. I mean, unless you have an important job, in which case I hope that you're staying safe and being paid money. Have no idea where that guy came from. This room reminds me of the end of Taxi Driver for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I kept thinking I had to go in here. I'm a fucking dumbass. Yeah, I hope you're not, you know, going out and protesting and, you know, saying that everybody should go back to work so you can get your hair colored and go to Applebee's, like some folks are doing. Also, as soon as I heard about those protests, I was like, I'm sure these people genuinely feel like their lives are falling apart because they can't, you know, buy lawn fertilizer or whatever, but, this whole thing feels very astroturfed, and then, like, literally 2 days later, I find out that the movement was astroturf. Like, it's funded by a bunch of fucking, Republican political groups, like the DeVos family and shit, which, if you don't know who the DeVos family are, they're just, like, one of the main reasons that the world sucks, one of the main reasons that public education in America sucks. But, yeah, Faustin's dead. I like these raindrops on the camera. I think it looks cool. I think it always rains when you do this mission, or maybe that's just how it's been for me whenever I play this game. It usually rains at the end of this mission. For dramatic effect, you know? I've been wanting to stream more lately, but my voice and throat have been hurting a little bit because I have tonsil stones, and I got rid of one of them today. I managed to just push that bitch out. But there's one that's like, it's too far back for me to reach with a Q-tip, and so I kind of just have to let it sit there, and hopefully it'll go away. But it's a bitch, because, you know, I feel it every time I swallow, and it feels like I have a little piece of fucking, like, Cinnamon Toast Crunch in my throat. And, I don't like it. It makes eating a lot less fun, which is, like, one of my favorite things to do, so that's a bummer. Yeah, it's, you know, it's another day in the life, you know. Yeah. I've been, like, I've wanted to, like, fill this LP with, like, good and substantive commentary about things, but at the same time, like, I feel like this is kind of just, like, fun game where off-the-cuff stuff is kind of what you want. That man just came out of his car and just fell over for no reason. And, you know, you can just kind of take in the story for yourself. I don't think it's much like, at least not yet, it's not like BioShock Infinite where its story and themes are, like, pretty complex and worth delving into for, like, a whole half-hour video. I mean, I'm sure I'll do that with this game at some point. I would really like to devote an entire segment sometime to talking about, the fucking... what am I thinking of? just like the controversies around this game, because there is a whole saga of events leading up to the release of this game. And, you know, controversy surrounding its release. I want to talk about Jack Thompson. I want to talk about the Glenn Beck bit. Talk about MAD. They got mad at this game. MADD. They got mad at this game. Who else? A lot of people were just like, and it's so crazy because to me this game is just like, you know, goofy boom boom. Like, it's not anything to take seriously with regard to its violence and like its sexuality. Like, what? There are people who are like, this is one of the most sexually explicit games ever, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, like, you can see the hooker hopping up and down in your car, sure, and, you know, you can go to a strip club, but they all got pasties on. It's not even like 5 where you can actually see their naked boobs. And then other than that, it's references. I mean, you know, it's not anything concrete. Like, people act like these games got like big throbbing cocks in them. Although The Lost and Damned, one of the expansions for this game, does have a big cock in it. Which was itself a source of controversy, and I think it got removed in one iteration of the game somewhere, I think. But anyway, here's this.
Sure. But I just wanted to say how grateful me and my bosses are for what you did.
Good.
Yes. And I just wanted to check something with you.
Okay.
You are Niko Bellic, correct?
What is this?
And you used to work the coast in the Mediterranean, smuggling people into Italy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But you messed up. And left a lot of bad debt. You left a good friend of mine out of pocket. Big time.
Hello, Niko.
Hello, Mr. Bulgarin.
Where is our money?
I don't know. I didn't rob you.
Really?
We were busted a mile off the coast. I had to swim for my life. I don't know what happened. I nearly drowned.
Huh. My heart is bleeding.
I did my best! I didn't fuck up!
Убери
It's the most quiet beginning to a shootout ever. Yeah, so here's our first, like, proper shootout thing. Get ready for about 45 of these, where the object is hide behind barrier, shoot boy, move to new barrier, shoot more boy, and do that until either all the boys are dead or until the mission gives you something else to do. Most of them come down to this. I'm using the pistol just because I don't think I have that many bullets for the SMG, so I don't want to waste them because all of these boys are very small because I'm far away from them. So I just didn't want to waste a bunch of bullets. But anyway, yeah, Dimitri is a big bitch. Who would have guessed? I think I already gave away that he's the antagonist of the game, but whatever. Yeah, I tried for about 10 hours to try to shoot that dude in the arm from there, but that did not work. It's a very weird angle that he's at. But yeah, I don't remember if they get into, like, how Dimitri knows Bulgarin, or, like, why this happened. I'm sure they will at some point. Because, I mean, obviously this is not the last that we will see of Dmitry Raskalov. Which I love that name, because, you know, he's a rascal. He's a little rascally devil. But yeah, what the fuck? My mom is texting me about doing my taxes. And now now she's telling me about something that the Attorney General did. I don't know. She sends me shit. She asked me for some reading material lately on, like, history and capitalism, because my mom is in the process of getting woke, essentially, and, like, has just been going through a thorough questioning of her entire idea of, like, what is America and what is capitalism and what's normal in life, which, like, dope, I'm all for it. I recommended her some books. I recommended her A People's History of the United States, which is pretty good primer for that sort of questioning of, you know, the normal, taken for granted, like, hegemonic understanding of American history, because it explicitly is about telling the story of American history through the accounts of the various oppressed peoples throughout history, not just the slaves and the Native Americans, but also, you know, poor and working class people, you know, Irish immigrants, what have you. The Vietnamese, once you get a little bit later on. So I think that's a good one for her. Manufacturing Consent by Noam Chomsky is always good, especially for talking about, obviously, the media. But it also gives some really good context to a lot of the, like, American imperial actions in South America and Indonesia. So that's all cool. What else did I tell her to read? Dark Money by Jane Mayer. That's very good, like, contemporary political stuff. How corporate money drives everything in politics, etc. I'm mostly just saying these now to recommend to you, the viewer, you know, for if you ever want to get into stuff. And then I also sent her some, like, articles, some, like, op-ed articles. Like, there's a really good one by Alex Perrin about Mitch McConnell. I think it's called The Cynic in Chief, and it's about just Mitch McConnell's philosophy and approach to politics and his goals in his career, and how, like, the thing that he aspired to be was Senate Majority Leader, and now he's there, and his, like, purpose in the Senate is to just make sure that nothing happens, and also to confirm a shitload of, like, unqualified right-wing federal judges and shit. But we don't have to get into all that.
Mr. Bogren was here in Liberty City. If I could have killed them all then and there.
Just chill, Niko, one at a time. One coca fill boss.
I had something else in my head. Oh yeah, I wanted to briefly mention. I hope everybody saw it. You can look it up. I think it was on CNN because it was an interview with Anderson Cooper, who, P.S. I found out semi-recently is a Vanderbilt. He's an heir to the Vanderbilt throne. Apparently, I don't know if he's an actual heir, but he's a descendant of the Vanderbilts, which is funny. But it was an interview with him with the mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman, who's like 80 years old, and she was saying that she wanted to offer up Vegas as a control group city for the coronavirus, so that they would get, like, they would do, like, no social distancing and no treatment to see what would happen as compared to, you know, the places that are doing social distancing measures and treating their citizens like human beings, to the extent that they are, of course. And, you know, rightfully, Anderson was like, that's kind of insane that you're literally offering up, you know, thousands of people that, you know, have no say in this to possibly die, so that and she's like, well, you need it for science. You don't know if the social distancing works because, you know, but it's like, but you have the social distancing in your... The reason that she was saying it's not a big deal is because she's like, only like 50 people have died here out of, you know, whatever, 1.2 million or whatever. And he was like, well, yeah, that's because you have the social distancing. And she's like, well, you don't know that. You need to have the placebo. We have to give someone the water and the sugar. And it's like, all right, motherfucker. But if you want a control group for, like, there's no social distancing measures or, you know, protective measures or whatever, How about, I don't know, fucking prisons, or that one aircraft carrier where like 650 sailors have gotten it because, you know, they're all in close quarters. They, you know, were either put in prison or on the aircraft carrier before the virus started, and so now everybody fucking has it, and all of those places have descended into chaos. And, like, there's your fucking thing. But then the more interesting thing was then I started looking into Carolyn Goodman, and the first fun fact that I found out was that her husband, Oscar Goodman, was also formerly the mayor of Las Vegas at one point. And before that, he was a defense attorney for various Vegas mobsters, including the person who was the inspiration for Joe Pesci's character in the Scorsese movie Casino, which Oscar Goodman himself cameoed in. Isn't that interesting? Also, while we're talking about like weird, fun, tenuous connections to crazy shit in the political world that I've been thinking about, Joe Biden's campaign has been making like $10,000 in payments in roughly $70 increments for the last several months to the Jenny's ice cream company, which is also the brand of ice cream that Nancy Pelosi showed a whole bunch of tubs of in one of her two $2,500 fridges, which has been featured in a very effective Trump ad. Same brand, same company, apparently, you know, a bunch of Democrats love it and give money to it. Apparently, the owner of that company, one of the trustees on the board of the Leslie Wexner Foundation. Leslie Wexner, of course, being the former CEO of L Brands / Victoria's Secret, which has now since dissolved, because of his financial support of and proximity to a one Jeffrey Epstein. So isn't that fun, that literally everything is tied to the pedophile sex cult in every possible way? I'm not saying that means anything, that like, oh, Joe Biden's eating pedophile ice cream, but I mean, if there was a type of ice cream that Joe Biden was going to eat, it would probably be pedophile ice cream. So, yeah. Anyway, pretty much the rest of this is good dialogue and, you know, good plot and character stuff that you should pay attention to, so I'm going to shut up for pretty much the rest of the video now, so enjoy.
Do you know how long it took me to get a place of my own? You got off the boat and I was here for you!
I know you were.
I got here and I had nothing! Nobody! I worked my way up from the fucking dirt! Jesus! It's on fire! Fuck! I've got nothing left! Not my home, not my business, nothing! They took it all!
I'm sorry, Roman. I'm really sorry, but we have to go. We'll meet Mallory and Bohan. You still have her.
And you! For all the good you've done me! Do you know how long it took me to get set up here? You don't, because it was easy for you. You had it all from day one. It took me months to get some cash together. Finally, I bought a cab, and then another. Then I got the depot. I slept under my desk at that place for over a year. Then I got the apartment. The apartment you thought was so shitty. Well, it doesn't matter. And now it's gone, along with everything else.
I said I was sorry.
You have a lot to apologize for. Since you got here, I've had my computer smashed. I've been beaten up. I was kidnapped and then shot in the stomach. My apartment got burned down and so did my business. Things have been going so great. Just great since you showed up.
You remember that time when we went to the bar back home and found it razed to the ground? Just a pile of rubble. Everything smashed. Except for that one bottle of vodka.
Yeah, we sat down and finished it off there and then. Wait, I don't want to talk about back home. We're here in America now. And I should be thinking about my life here. My life, which is ruined. Just drive. Shut up. Drive. Hey, beautiful. What's up? No, what do you mean? I haven't been crying, it's my allergies. Niko's wearing this new cologne. Yeah, trying to impress Michelle or something. They're coming to your cousins. Are you there?
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Great. See you in a bit, Bill. My dream? It was just that. A dream. I can't have the tavern now. I have nothing to buy it with. I have nothing.
I told you, you still have Mallory.
But I wanted to really have her. I wanted to marry her.
You can still do that.
I had bought her a ring. That is what I wanted to show you. It was a beautiful ring. It was with you. Now I have nothing. Come on. Roman, pull yourself together. You've been here before. Positive, mental attitude. Come on.
At least they want me dead, and not you.
I do not think it will be much difference to them, Niko. One dead Belik. Here we are. The beginning of our new lives. Again.
Not so bad. I mean, I don't think we'll be impressing women with our wonderful hot tub, but this looks okay.
Yes, great.
Come on, what's wrong?
What's wrong? What's wrong? Where should I start? All right, I'll start with you. What's wrong with you? 15 minutes ago, you were cowering in fear because you didn't know what was going to happen. Now, you know everything is shit, and we're going to be killed, and you're all cheerful. I don't get it.
I guess I'm an optimist.
An idiot, not an optimist.
I was bored of Broker anyway! I'm glad you turned up and made some Russian killers burn down my home and business. Oh, yeah, thanks, Niko. Thanks a bunch. Is that better?
March!
Thank God you're okay. Mwah, mwah. Both of you.
We're fucked. We're broke and on the run.
No, I'm from up here, Niko. I know a bunch of people who might be able to help out. Why don't you come and meet me at the community center later on? I gotta go to work. Bye, Papi. Mwah, mwah. And have a shower. You smell a little, mature.
So, I guess we start again.
Sure. I'm going out.
Well, there you have it, folks. Back to square fucking one here in South Bohan, and we get to start up a new round of missions, and so we'll start doing that in the next segment. I actually quite like, this is now the second chapter of 4 chapters of this game. Probably my favorite, even though the first few missions and people you work for aren't that great, but we will be meeting some of the best characters in the game later on pretty soon, so I will see you then for that.